All right, we're gonna do Undead Afterparty this time. This was one of those days that I really needed a puzzle to take my brain and relax it a little bit. Maybe I'll mix a little French and English today. We're gonna do 100 pieces, so let's get started. I hope you can hear all the sounds and stuff because this one has a lot of stuff going on. Let's take a look at the pictures. So we got some zombies going on in a neighborhood that looks pretty much uninhabited by living people, kind of abandoned. But up here on the top, I think those are more zombies. So I think everything in this is zombies, but that's that side. And then if you look at it on the side, you can see there's um, buildings here on the corner. And then if you go on the opposite side of that of this end, you get this, right? Little zombie on a car. I don't know why. And then this is the side we haven't seen yet. So a lot to do here and 100 pieces. So why don't we just get started with, let's start with the edges. And I would like to kind of start with this edges, right? And so what you can notice is there's people and there's also dirt and there's cars. So let's look for that. I'm looking for the dirt. So here we go. Let's keep adding to the dirt. Okay, you can see that I'm still looking for dirt. All right, so I guess that's all the dirt that I was thinking about. And then here, let's get this kind of sloppy area over here. Let's look around and see if we can find that. And I look for like les cercles, les choses carrées. Je cherche comme ça. All right. Now I'm looking for this piece, which should be a solid rust color. I don't usually pick up the pictures after I look at them the first time, but they can be helpful. Like this is turning brown. This was all rust. Now this is turning brown, so let's pick up that one. I don't think this is it because of these white buildings, so we'll just put it back and let's see. Hmm. And it's really not good to get fixated on a piece if you don't see it, you know, don't don't overthink it because it'll get you stuck. All right, you'll be stuck looking for that piece. And you probably see it, right? Do you see it? Maybe? I don't see it. I'm gonna look one more time and then I'm gonna give up on this piece, okay? So what's important about this piece is it's got a little bit of white. It's got a circle and a straight line. So I actually don't see it. This is my last time looking. Remember I said don't get stuck? I think that was me teaching me not to do stuff that I tend to want to do. Yeah, we're going to give up on that because I don't see it. So I might move over to the other side and kind of look for this messiness over here. And I'm still complaining about the recording thing that's in my way. I don't understand why they put that there. This is on the side, but it is an edge piece. So maybe I'll start pulling out edge pieces and putting them together. Oh, this kind of it kind of reduces the number of pieces that are left to look at or investigate. I don't know if you can hear my music, but I also have music on. Sometimes when I'm organizing pieces, I will say that I'll see things that go together and you can put them together even on here, but they're just going to get skinny. They're going to get small. That's not their real size. Okay. All right, we're going to keep going. Let's see. We have another edge here. Again, I don't hesitate to put them together if I see things that match. That doesn't it's okay. Just remember they're not actual size anymore. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that story because it's probably right here. So, this red car, whenever I see something like that's a really serious color or something, I'll go find out where it belongs. All right, so that red car is here, right? Because this is the front. Do you see? This is the front, and this is the red car on the side. So sometimes just paying attention to that kind of thing can be helpful. We need this fence. All right, so now what connects these two pieces is the question. All right, and that's how I do this. I'm looking for patterns, I'm looking for things that connect to other things, and I'm not sweating it because it's a relaxation thing, so I don't want to sweat it. Okay, I'm just checking on these pieces that we put in here that are smaller if they're involved, but I don't think so. So, the connecting piece. I wonder if we want to keep going here. So, we got a little white house here. See this one? And a oval door. That's usually, see this door here behind the red car? We should be able to find that door because it's got such deep shadow and stuff around there, right? Like that. I have no idea where that oval door is, though. I don't see it. And sometimes the reason I don't see it is because it's tilted down. You know, they're not always like just kind of straight there waiting for you. I'm looking for that oval door. And I'm trying not to get fixated on the oval door, but here it is. All right, so there we go. Now we know what color the wall we need is. It's kind of like this yucky. And what's neat is that they're moving while I'm puzzling. That's what I love the most. When they do animated puzzles, I just jump right on it and I love it. I'm so grateful to the developers for doing more animated stuff. Okay, so here's a piece with that yucky color on it. I'll move this out of the way for a minute. I'm still looking for this yucky yellow. That's not, and that's not that. Mm-mm. Okay, not gonna get too worried. Remember I told you don't fixate. Keep moving around. I believe this is on the other side of the building. No, this is kinda, yeah, there we go. Do we have any more yellow that we could grab? So I'm talking about right here. So you can see that I kind of switched gears and I started focusing on that. We still didn't find the piece that connects these two. And if you want to look at the picture to see if you can figure it out, right? You can see that it's this fence connects to this fence. So we got to find the front of that fence. And I am looking carefully. Okay, the front of that fence. Oh, I don't know what that is. That's looking horrible. It's not there though. No. Okay. We're still looking for the fence. All right. Keep looking for a minute before I give up because we don't want to fixate on any pieces. That's just going to slow us down. Okay. Sometimes I'll pick pieces up and put them higher just because it's easier for me to see them if they're higher. Also prevents me from having to keep like ducking my neck. I remembered that. So sometimes you'll spot something that basically just stands out. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I wanted to put that with the edges. It's not an edge. Okay, so what are we looking for? Yucky yellow, some green, the fence here. What is this? This is, we don't know what that is. Okay, but we do have another. And sometimes take out your pieces so you can see them better because, like I said, they're smaller in the thing. This is over here, so it's over here. But there's something in between here. I don't know if it's there. You go. All right, so now we got the whole edges for this front here, except for that fence part I was telling you that I'm looking for. So what do we have to do to find that fence? Is it somewhere here? No. It's so strange. Ah, this is worthwhile to look at because this, yeah, there we go. All right, so okay, we're still looking for this fence. All right, so dirt, dirt, dirt. Where is there some dirt? Some dirt. I'm looking for dirt and maybe the blue text on the wall there. See that blue text? See, this looks like it matters. But I'm not sure where it matters. I don't think it's there. Although it very well could be. Sometimes by putting a different piece, it'll open up. So that's why I don't like get too up. There's our fence. And now we've got those two pieces together. Wonderful. So what do you think I should work on? The bright orange? So I like to work with bright colors. So there's some bright orange here all of this. Let's see. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. But I bet you this is in the neighborhood. It's over there. It's over here. All right. Let's find some more orange. Nope, 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 nope. I'm trying to find the pieces that have the connections here. So if you see it, kind of send me a message over what is that called? Telepathic message. Um, okay, this one is right there. All right, so you see how that's above this, so eventually that's going to connect. I found that blue text we were looking for earlier, and I'm still looking for orange. Nope, 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 nope. Alrighty. Okay. And I might start putting things together too. Like, let's see. This one goes there. That goes there. I know I saw this a minute ago. Where did I see it? Well, I thought I saw it a minute ago. This goes over here somewhere, but we're missing a piece. Is it this one? Yes. All right, we're still missing a piece, so I'm looking for this darkness here and this kind of rust edge, because apparently I didn't take all my edges out. Yeah, I didn't take all my edges out. So let's see. Here's another edge. And I'm just doing this progressively, and I find it to be so amazingly relaxing. Oh, see, that's a kind of a sneaky piece. I wish I could take it out so you could see. The shape was kind of deceptive. All right, so then we still need more of that kind of thick green and brown edge. I'm not sure. That doesn't seem to go yet. That looks like a piece that's going to come on last. Like some of the pieces that kind of wrap around other pieces, you're actually going to put them on last. You're not going to put them on right away. Doing pretty good for 100 pieces. We're not doing great, but we're not doing bad either. You can start putting things together as well that aren't related to kind of what you're working on, because that can help you later, right? So this little piece, we can think about it later. But also, again, I'm pulling things up higher so I can see them. If you try the other, so there's another way of doing this. I'm doing classic. If you do the other one, you won't have this issue because it only shows you but so many pieces at a time. But I like classic better. So that's why I'm doing classic. All right, we don't know where that window goes. And here's another one of this. So this sometimes happen. Allow yourself to like use whatever part of the puzzle you can figure out. It doesn't have to be only one piece, you know. This looks like it belongs somewhere in this neighborhood, but maybe not. Nope. Okay. So doesn't that look like that? But anyway, those two do go together. And sometimes I'll use the grouping thing, which I can't get right now. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to get this grouping thing and group these two because they belong together. And I'm still trying to pull things out that look obvious, right? With 100 pieces, you should be able to pull out a lot of obvious stuff before you get to anything difficult. Not so easy with 400 pieces, but pretty straightforward with 100. So that's my progression. I started with 25, and then I went from 25 to 50. And then after I'd done a bunch of 50, I went to 100. And I found that it wasn't a big jump. Okay, now the next step is 400, and we can do that together as well. And again, this is just relaxation. It is okay, you know, no big rush. This guy, I just want to remind you where this goes. This goes over here somewhere, but I need the bottom. Maybe if I can find the first letter in that graffiti, that might help. So the first letter I think is a G. Looking for the G. This is with this. Looking for the G. So now I'm focused on graffiti. Normally, graffiti and letters actually help you go fast. So anytime you see words or text, try and do that because it's usually easy to spot. Although it's proven me wrong. I'm sorry, I pulled it too close. Let's see if we can find this. You see this color here? Where is that? Nope. See, this is why sometimes you don't see it because of the way it's tilted. I still think that's somebody doing some. Oh, yeah. Also, pay attention to shade. Like, this is a very light, this is sunlight hitting this, and this one is dark, so it's probably not immediately there. All right. Where does this go from a. So, from a puzzle perspective, this is behind this. So, over here, let's try to connect it. Yeah, there we go. Kind of just, I use the picture sometime. It's not cheating, you know? But, you know, you may not want to take the easy route if you think it's cheating. Um, but looking at the pictures does help a lot. All right, so now we got that whole roof done there. Well, almost. We're missing this piece. Where is it? It should be standing out, screaming at me. That much orange. Here it is. Okay, so now you can see also how this starts to come down. So this is this, which is like this really weird blue. Let's see if we can get that in there. That doesn't quite fit there. Okay, so we know that goes there. We're just gonna wait to see where exactly. So I'm gonna pull these up, which are these kind of weird blue patterns. See how they all match this? And then once you pull them all in, you'll be able to see how they communicate with one another, right? All of that goes together. Again, you can use one of the organizers as well if you think that's going to be helpful. Also, I'm noticing these little things sticking up on the roof. That's helping me know that it goes with that. So, okay, there's another ledge. See, there's another ledge. And this garbage can. Look at the garbage can with the fire inside. I don't see that anywhere. So sometimes with the animations, you don't see everything. Oh, there's the garbage. All right, so it's down here. It's over here. All right, I'm gonna keep going and just see what I can do here. These look so much alike, it's kind of hard. But don't worry, you'll be able to figure it out. Petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. All right. Yeah, I'm missing something important here. That goes there, but where is this? These are in the front. See? All right. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. This man over here. He gotta be outside this building. So we'll have to wait on that. And then we got this funny hole in the ground, which I don't really see anywhere. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna come back. And I'm still looking for those roof pieces. I don't know where that goes. Looking for roof pieces. Huh. Okay, so sometimes this happens when I get like slowed down. So when I get slowed down, I start trying to do other things, like something else that might help me get back on track. Where is that? Okay, I don't know where that is. These have to be related, no? Where is that? So let's put this on the floor and then let's get that one. Because I think that is there. So obviously this is in front of this. I think. No. Well, yes. No. What's weird is this is different. So this is not this. Okay, so that's where I need to start understanding. Okay, we're gonna take this. I'm just gonna put this out of the way. By the way, you can take this whole huge piece and put it on a puzzle organizer. Look how tiny it gets. But it's out of your way. Like sometimes you just wanna focus. So you can take big pieces like that and move them out of your way. I was busy trying to find the rest of this building. And I don't see it. I don't see this pattern. See this texture? That's the tip. There it is. And we just have a little tiny bit of it left. I wonder if this connects anywhere. So I'm going to take my big piece back and see if we can connect this. I don't think so yet. So there's a white car here. Where's that white car? There it is. Let's put that there. Where's the back of the white car? Looking for the back of the white car. I don't know what that is, but we'll put that back. Back of the white car. Anybody see the back of the white car? Hook me up. Oh, maybe it's this. Yes. Yes. And so now we're starting to get to where we can do some other stuff. Not this yet. This, I believe, is here. Yeah, it's kind of here. So I need the rest of this road. What is this ugly looking piece? Ah. Okay. All right, we're making progress. Okay, we're totally making progress here. But can we connect these? Yes. Now we got really one big piece with all the edges, which is great news. Let's see what we can find next. So now you can see that I have a lot of little pieces left. And I find this to be the case when I'm doing 100 pieces. I'll get these bigger pieces going, but then I'll have all these little pieces left. And I still haven't gotten the bottom of that. Ah, but I was able to connect it for that little tiny piece right there. That's funny. So don't hesitate to try to connect even though it doesn't look like it's ready, because sometimes it'll be a tiny little piece and you just connect it. All right, now I am trying to figure out where that goes. That's one of those roof pieces, but I don't see where it goes. How about here? Ah, yay! All right, now we're cooking with fire, which means I think we're close to solving the puzzle. We are close. We are close. How close are we? I don't know. We'll hold off on that. Okay, so What is going on here? Hmm. And this is where it starts to be kind of helpful for me to look at the picture. But I try not to unless I'm really kind of stuck. And I think I'd rather keep going here. Do you see where this goes? I just don't see where that goes. Unless I got it upside down. Hmm. Okay, we'll come back to you. What about this? We got some orange, which was over here. You'll start to remember what colors you were missing along the way, which will help you kind of place those pieces that you didn't find earlier. I'm not sure whether this is upside down, right side up, or what. I think it's that right there. There we go. All right. And that one was easy to see. All right, what are y'all seeing that I'm not seeing? Get that telemetry going. The telemetry, right? What is it called when you can talk to somebody's mind from remote? Yeah, get that going on. Because usually it's easier to see puzzle pieces when you're not doing the puzzle. All right, we got this big green block here. Seems like that should be easy to find. It's not that. Unless it's that. No, it's not that. Big green block. Hmm. Maybe it's not green. See right here? I know, don't fixate, right? This is another roof thing. They do stuff up on the roof, so let's see. Okay, that might be a part of the roof that we don't have yet. This too. Okay, let's look at this. Look at that. It's looking good. All right, these orange windows. Oh, maybe, no, that's not it. This must be on the side of the building. Yeah. Okay, so it was a whole side I wasn't paying any attention to over here. So now that I'm seeing it, I can fill that in. Because I wasn't even looking at that. And notice it put away my organizers because I have used everything that was on it. So you have to pull it back out if you want it again. This looks like it goes over here somewhere, but my arm hurts for some reason. So I should learn how to move. By the way, you can move around the puzzle. Like this is a 3D puzzle, so you can stand up wherever you, ouch, wherever you work in, get up and walk around the puzzle. You don't have to be a lazy bum like me and stay in one place the whole time. Because that kind of helps you. I still don't see this ugly green. Anybody, and if somebody made this ugly green, forgive me for saying it's ugly, but it's a little ugly. Um, is it this? No. Wow. I'm a little bit slowed down. This gotta be. See, that looks like an edge. Look at the police. I think that's the police car. I don't know if it's a. What kind of police is in it? A zombie or a real one? I feel like maybe this. Alright, let's look at our picture again. I need this to see what is behind. I don't even see that blue thing. Oh, there it is. Okay, so behind there is a big square black spot and some ucky looking stuff. Alright, big square black stuff. Some yucky looking stuff. Alright, and there's the yucky looking stuff. What is this? Oh, that's, this is that that? It's that like that. Sorry. Oh, there's a couple dancing here, too. So I gotta work on this. Sorry. Really can't figure this out. There's a couple dancing over here. So let's see if we can figure out. This one is here. Alright. How do I get the couple? This is upstairs. Alright, I'm gonna put it back just for now. What is that? I don't know. Alright, don't worry. We're gonna get back on track. Sometimes you have a little moment of, what the hell? That's okay. Moments of what the hell are helpful sometimes. Okay. So now I'm getting this wall better. Nope. Somehow I want to put this in and I don't see where it goes. I bet you do. I bet you somebody out there watching this video is seeing exactly where that goes and wishing they could tell me. So here's the woman and the man dancing. And they are over here. Okay. So we see them dancing. This looks like the rest of this wall. Look at us. Look at us making progress. Where are those people on the roof? Where are they coming from? Like, where are they? Because they're like hanging their feet over the edge. And I don't see that part of the puzzle. Alright, but I do see that pattern that we were doing before. So that must be here. There we go. So that whole side is done except for the inside. We got the outside done. But this, we're not doing a good job. We're not doing a good job of this. Alright, maybe you're saying to yourself, Audrey, I don't know where you got the we from because you're not doing a good job, but I'm doing a great job because I see 15 pieces that belong. Right? That's what you're saying? I hear you. You think I don't hear you? I totally hear you. And I love when I see pieces moving while I'm puzzling. That just cracks me up. What are we doing here? Here. Sometimes just getting one piece can help you a lot. Okay. We are just whipping through this. This is close by. All right, I'm gonna have to change my position. Where do you think this goes, people? All right, let me look at this. There we go. All right. What are these guys doing? Sometimes I'm really concerned about what these guys are thinking. There's that blue text. Okay, so now I think this whole side is done. Well, except for all of that, right? Okay. All right, again, I'm organizing to get everything seeable. Like sometimes I'll move everything to one side because I don't want to have to be scanning all over the place. That looks like it goes on this side. Somewhere. Okay. And then oh, there's the green we were looking for. Okay. Alrighty. And you can see as you go along, it gets easier and easier and easier, right? Except that some pieces can be a little pain in the butt and pain in the butt. But you'll get through it. All right, so that's all we have left. And sometimes I'll do a little check to make sure I don't have pieces hiding behind other pieces. I might move my body because even with real puzzles, turning the puzzle is really the best way to like reset yourself. So I just reset my position by holding down the meta button, and that gave me a whole new perspective, so to speak. I don't know, it feels like this. Alrighty. I'm feeling really positive about this whole thing. That wasn't even a window. All this time we were trying to get that piece in, it's because it's not even a window. Okay. Okay. We are almost there. It's just about 50 minutes. So if you say I do 50 pieces in less than 30 minutes and I do 100 pieces in 50, then I don't think that's so bad. Although in real life, it's more like 100 pieces would take me less than 50 minutes. So, not sure what that means. Okay, and now it's really important that I don't um, get ED fix on a single piece because that will just slow down these last few minutes. I got some text here. Where does that go? All right, we're getting closer. Um, what in the world? I'm telling you, sometimes it's kind of spooky. Why can't I get these last few pieces? I almost made 50 minutes. If I had just been able to maybe do a little less talking and a little bit more solving. We are doing good. So I'm going to say 50 minutes. How about you give me a break because I was talking? How about that? And we'll say it was 50 minutes. Although that's too slow for 100 pieces. For me, I think I should do better. But, you know, if you're looking for relaxation, who cares how long it takes you? I get influenced by the speed puzzlers. And I just want to, play the speed puzzling game. And if you're trying to relax, stop and look at all of the scenery and pay attention to how everything is turning out, so to speak. Um, this must be here. Oh, I got pieces hiding. That's what I meant before. Don't let pieces be hiding. Okay, this one looks like it goes in here somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe over here. And then this. All right, we only have a little bit left. Why can't I finish? Oh, well, they are related. I don't understand where that is. I'm having a hard time getting these last couple of pieces in. It's entirely my fault, though. There we go. And then, there we go. And then we got one piece left, and look at it hiding down there. That's why I pick up the pieces. So it's 53 minutes. I'm going to round it down to 50. You're going to forgive me? There it is. And look at all the moving guys and the zombies tie their shoes too. And here we go around this, and you can see the little dog. I think that's a zombie dog because I don't think he's a real dog. I mean, a living dog. We got a little Halloween stuff over here, some lanterns, and you can look through the window here because they're inside. I think they're dancing. Look at that couple. See them dancing? So it's kind of fun to look in the windows. Don't just look in the exterior because sometimes the interior will be showing you some stuff too. Be careful because it can be a little scary sometimes. Look, like, see these hands coming out of the wall? Like, WTF, hands coming out of the wall. And you two don't go to the bathroom, so I don't know what you're doing over there. And look, that's a little boy zombie? Or is that a zombie threatening a little boy? Okay, I think it's a little boy zombie because look at his eyes. Yeah. This guy looks drunk. This guy looks like he wants to mess with that guy. But just take your time and kind of look at these puzzles when you finish them because the artists do such an amazing job of adding great details. So don't just puzzle, also enjoy, find something interesting. That bride has a beard, or what's going on there? Okay, I don't really understand what's happening there. But I guess some brides have beards. And then these guys are crawling and looking spooky. And these are the two we saw earlier that I couldn't figure out where they go because their feet were dangling as a cat. I'm pretty sure that's a cat zombie as well. And this puzzle is amazing. So that's it, right? We did it. We did it. Bravo. I want to see it get real tiny. Let's see. Will it go in there? Yes, look at it, little tiny thing. The tiny, tiny puzzle. Yes, it's too cute. And when you grab it, it gets bigger, but it doesn't get all the way big unless you pull it away. Um, so I'll be seeing you at another one, okay? I just love puzzling paces for relaxing. This just put me in the zone, stopped me thinking about the things that are hard to think about today. And look, music is playing in that radio and it's just like bouncing. Do you see the music coming out of that radio? I didn't know you could see music coming out of a radio, but apparently you can. So these are the happiest zombies I've ever seen, all this dancing. But that's it for today. Video over. À bientôt. J'ai pas parlé en français quand même. Mais à bientôt.